I found your picture in a drawer last night, underneath the things I never use. Funny how a photograph can hurt when all it does is bring me back to you. Your handwriting is fading from the paper, but I still know the way you write. I used to think we'd have forever. Now forever only visits me at night. I kept your sweater by the window, like you might come back someday. I kept pretending I was waiting, when really I was scared to walk away. Everybody says that time will fix it, but nobody tells you what that means. How you learn to live around the empty, how you stop expecting what you need. I've been holding on to pieces of a life that's already gone, trying to keep the fire burning after all the light moved on. Maybe love is sometimes knowing when there's nothing left to save. Maybe losing you completely means I finally have to change. This is the sound of letting go, the silence after your goodbye, the empty side of my bed, and the questions I don't ask tonight. This is the sound of letting go, a heart learning how to breathe. I'm not saying I don't love you, I'm just learning you don't need me. It's the sound of our memories fading underneath the rain. It's accepting I can't go back and won't ask you to stay. This is the sound of letting go, and for the first time I don't know if I'm losing you or finally finding myself. I drove past the place we used to meet. The street was brighter than before. There were strangers sitting where we sat, like we had never been there anymore. I almost turned the car around, almost called just to hear your voice, but I knew if I opened that door, I'd give my heart another choice. So I kept driving through the city with your favorite song turned down low. And somewhere between the red lights I realized I had to let you go. Not because you weren't worth fighting for, not because the memories weren't true, but I spent too many nights fighting with the part that still wanted you. Maybe we were good for each other, just not good enough to stay. Maybe some love isn't forever, even when it feels that way. And I don't regret the nights we had or the person I became. You showed me how deep I could feel, even if you left with the pain. This is the sound of letting go, the quiet underneath the storm, the first morning waking up and knowing I can carry on. This is the sound of letting go, the weight falling from my chest. I'm still hurting, I'm still healing, but I'm finally getting rest. It's the sound of your name becoming something I can hear, without falling into the past, without wishing you were here. This is the sound of letting go, not forgetting what we knew, just accepting that the ending was always part of me and you. If I could have one more conversation, I wouldn't ask you to come back, I wouldn't tell you that I need you, I wouldn't try to change the past. I'd tell you that I'm grateful for every night you stayed, for every time you held me when I didn't know what to say. I'd tell you that I'm sorry for the things I couldn't be, and I'd forgive you for the moment moments when you couldn't stay for me. Maybe growing up is learning that love can have an end, that someone can be your whole world, then become a stranger again. I spent so long blaming myself for every crack we couldn't hide. Now I know two people can love and still not make it to the other side. The room is quiet, the window's open, the night air feels different now. Your things are gone, the bed feels bigger, but I don't feel like breaking down. There's still a photograph I haven't thrown away. There's still a part of me that misses you every day. But missing you doesn't mean I have to stay. This is the sound of letting go. The first breath after the tears, the moment I stop measuring my future by our years. This is the sound of letting go. The sunrise through the blinds. The life I thought I lost with you wasn't the only life that could be mine. It's the sound of our memories, finding somewhere safe to live. I can love what we once were without asking it to exist. This is the sound of letting go, and maybe that's okay. Some people leave a mark on you, then leave you on your way. I won't hate you for the ending, I won't chase you down the road. I'll carry what was beautiful and leave behind what hurt the most. The morning's coming through the curtain, the sky is turning gold. I thought letting go would break me, but I'm stronger than I know. Your picture's still beside the window, but it doesn't hurt the way it did. I can look at who we used to be without wishing I was still that kid. Maybe love doesn't disappear, maybe it changes when we grow. Maybe some of the I found your picture in a drawer last night, underneath the things I never use. Funny how a photograph can hurt when all it does is bring me back to you. Your handwriting is fading from the paper, but I still know the way you write. I used to think we'd have forever, now forever only visits me at night. I kept your sweater by the window, like you might come back someday. I kept pretending I was waiting, when really I was scared to walk away. Everybody says that time will fix it, but nobody tells you what that means. How you learn to live around the empty, how you stop expecting what you need. I've been holding on to pieces of a life that's already gone, trying to keep the fire burning after all the light moved on. Maybe love is sometimes knowing when there's nothing left to save. Maybe losing you completely means I finally have to change. This is the sound of letting go, the silence after your goodbye, the empty side of my bed, and the questions I don't ask tonight. This is the sound of letting go, a heart learning how to breathe. I'm not saying I don't love you, I'm just learning you don't need me. It's the sound of our memories fading underneath the rain. It's accepting I can't go back and won't ask you to stay. This is the sound of letting go, and for the first time I don't know if I'm losing you or finally finding myself. I drove past the place we used to meet. The street was brighter than before. There were strangers sitting where we sat, like we had never been there anymore. I almost turned the car around, almost called just to hear your voice, but I knew if I opened that door, I'd give my heart another choice. So I kept driving through the city with your favorite song turned down low, and spent too many nights fighting with the part that still wanted you. Maybe we were good for each other, just not good enough to stay. Maybe some love isn't forever, even when it feels that way. And I don't regret the nights we had, or the person I became. You showed me how deep I could feel, even if you left with the pain. This is the sound of letting go, the quiet underneath the storm. The first morning waking up and knowing I can carry on. This is the sound of letting go, the weight falling from my chest. I'm still hurting, I'm still healing, but I'm finally getting rest. It's the sound of your name becoming something I can hear without falling into the past, without wishing you were here. This is the sound of letting go, not forgetting what we knew, just accepting that the ending was always part of me and you. If I could have one more conversation, I wouldn't ask you to come back. I wouldn't tell you that I need you. I wouldn't try to change the past. I'd tell you that I'm grateful for every night you stayed, for every time you held me when I didn't know what to say. I'd tell you that I'm sorry for the things I couldn't be, and I forgive you for the moments when you couldn't stay for me. Maybe growing up is learning that love can have an end, that someone can be your whole world, then become a stranger again. I spent so long blaming myself for every crack we couldn't hide. Now I know two people can love and still not make it to the other side. The room is quiet, the windows open, the night air feels different now. Your things are gone, the bed feels bigger, but I don't feel like breaking down. There's still a photograph I haven't thrown away. There's still a part of me that misses you every day, but missing you doesn't mean I have to stay. This is the sound of letting go, the first breath after the tears, the moment I stop measuring my future by our years. This is the sound of letting go, the sunrise through the blinds. The life I thought I lost with you wasn't the only life that could be mine. It's the sound of our memories finding somewhere safe to live. I can love what we once were without asking it to exist. This is the sound of letting go, and maybe that's okay. Some people leave a mark on you, then leave you on your way. I won't hate you for the ending, I won't chase you down the road. I'll carry what was beautiful and leave behind what hurt the most. The morning's coming through the curtains and the sky is turning gold. I thought letting go would break me, but I'm stronger than I know. Your picture's still beside the window, but it doesn't hurt the way it did. I can look at who we used to be without wishing I was still that kid. Maybe love doesn't disappear, maybe it changes when we grow. Maybe some of the deepest goodbyes are the ones we never wanted to know. So if you ever think about me, I hope you remember something true. I loved you with everything I had, and I'll always be grateful